Welcome to Trump Teachings, in which I demonstrate with the first of the classes, the mage, the concept which I consider the most important to know when you're playing Hearthstone, which is board control. And I figured that this would be the best deck to showcase it because the mage basic hero ability, deal 1 damage, is basically meant to control the board. Here I've got the deck list of which you would use if you were just starting out. This doesn't include any of the cards which you gain by leveling up. You unlock cards at level 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and as you level up, I would encourage you to replace in the following order. You can, at level 2, you get the almighty Frostbolt. You take out one of these razor fins and a Frostbolt, put in the Frostbolts. At level 8, you unlock the Mighty Water Elemental, in which you can take out another River Crocolisk, well, take out a River Crocolisk and a Senjin, since we'll have too many 4-drops, put in the Water Ellies. And finally, at level 10, you get the big daddy of board control cards, Flame Strike. And then we can take out the Warlord and the River Croc for those. Flame Strike is probably the biggest example of a board control card.
I must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
Some people mistakenly enter this game thinking that the goal of the game is to bring your opponent down from 30 to 0 as fast as possible. But this basic concept, which I'm going to teach here, board control, shows that the path to winning the game is often not through hitting the opponent's face, but through clearing the opponent's minions, using as favorable trades as possible, and then once you have control of the board, you have your leisure to hit the opponent's face.
Job done.
Part of board control involves making sure you have a presence on the board early enough so all the cards which could not be cast early were replaced.
You shall not pass.
The opponent is running a card, Shield Bear. This is a pretty big mistake because this card like kind of fits into the trap. The trap of thinking that health is important. So this card will eventually die to no big benefit from him. He's using it presumably as a way to gain 4 health. This game is not about health. It's about controlling the board, and you can't control the board with a 0 attack minion. It's through board control where you often get the card advantage in this game. Card advantage meaning your minions get to do favorable exchanges, and then they're going to still live to fight another day. Here, my guy who costs 2 mana is going to be able to kill his guy that costs 3 mana, and that's a favorable trade. There I'm getting a freebie, killing that, and I will play this tough water elemental. You could have fireballed the face there, but that would be really bad. It's generally, for the concept of board control, you have to develop your minions first onto the table so they can work for you. Since once they're on the table, you get to dictate how they can best gain value by killing your opponent's cards. So we've got control of the board. That means we get to dictate how all the creature combat goes. The ooze doesn't need to die by attacking this. You can use the tougher water elemental and then finish it with the ultimate in board controlling ability, the mage, to just fire blast that down. Good stuff. And that's far superior than just hitting the face with both of these two, because otherwise the Gnomish Inventor would be able to attack the acidic swamp ooze and kill it. A Swipe. What an excellent board control card. He's gotten a pretty good exchange there, and that was a lot better than hitting the face with swipe. He's even coining to use his hero ability to kill off my acidic swamp ooze. That's a good play. Here I will play this big card. Now warning, you could play the arcane missiles and deal 3 damage to his face. And it's like, oh, I got the 1 mana, I want to do it! But no, most of these spells are best used in order to control the board, to make sure that your minions can safely be on the board and then do repetitive damage, instead of this one-time deal of 3 damage. Oh my, he used claw. Is he going to claw my face, or is he going to claw the tutu? Wow, he clawed the face. That would be called a mistake in board control. He could have clawed this Razorfin Hunter. Like, so, let's consider the effects of not board controlling there. You deal 2 damage to my face and you gain 2 health. But we're gonna count up how much damage this Razorfin Hunter ultimately does to him. So I will not make that same mistake. I'm going to board control his Gurubashi Berserker. Now my Berserker happens to get stronger when it hits it, so hit it first, and I'll fireball his guy. Way better than fireballing the face, because I maintain the board control. And there's the 2 damage done by this Razorfin Hunter, which he failed to kill. Once you control the board, your minions just do so much repetitive damage that it is often a mistake to not kill your opponent's minions. Unless you have a very specific deck, which is rushing the face. But that's the exception, I would say. Gurubashi Berserker has a neat little trick with the mage where you can fire blast your own guy to deal damage to it and buff it, and now I can kill this efficiently. Razorfin Hunter gets to go in for another 2 damage.
To Northrend!
Is he going to go for the face? Oh no, he's hitting the 6/7. Alright. That's in the right direction. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a way to finish it. Maybe if he had a claw and a hero ability. So I'm going to try to take the Argent Commander out, because right now this Argent Commander can take out this ogre. So now is the time to Arcane Missiles. Get 1 shot in on this would be good enough. 2 is better. I could Fire Blast it to follow up. And now that I have that, I'm going to deal yet another attack with the Razorfin Hunter, which he could have clawed earlier.
Handle it! Well played.
Well played.
Bam! Razorfin Hunter goes in again. I think Razorfin Hunter did something along the lines of about 10 damage. Once you have the board control, even your smallest minions can do a lot of damage. And that is the quick basics of board control. You need a really good reason not to kill your opponent's minions, basically. And certainly don't aim the spells that do damage to the opponent's hero, unless you're about to kill them, or you have a really good reason, or a plan. As it turns out, there are a lot of variations on Mage that show up at the tournament level and the high legend level. This is one deck that I saw played in the Seat Story Cup tournament. It is as close to a board control mage, which I found,